You're watching The Breakfast Club.
For real. Good.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. Some guests?
Yes, sir.
Maino.
Yeah.
And who you got with you, Maino?
I bought my guy right here, man, Dios Moreno. He's an artist I've been working with for years. People been hearing him and just didn't know it was him. That's him on the Thought record, a lot of records of mine. And I just wanted to bring him up here and introduce him to the world.
I like real organic things like this. We didn't know Maino was coming.
Yeah.
Right? But I figured he was gonna pop up because his album is out.
Party and Pain.
Right?
Yeah.
And he got food coming for us. And
Yeah.
Envy was playing his record in the mix this morning.
Just like
without
old
Maino
times.
having to call him or anything.
Right.
And I actually even talked about you because we were talking
about
about, we were talking about would you
yeah.
be with somebody that had 80 bodies, slept with 80 people.
Yeah, she put you out
I
there.
heard that me with 80 bodies?
Yeah,
Well,
she said
no,
you had
I'm
80.
saying,
That's
okay,
That's
that's what I'm
on,
saying.
man.
That's,
80?
I
That's
said
a
Mano's
low
definitely
number. You got
had-
me at 80?
Right.
That's not a good number for me. That's like a regular number.
There ain't nothing to be proud about, Maino.
He's just
Listen,
being real.
I'm just being honest,
That's true,
though.
that's
Like,
true,
I mean,
that's true.
like, I've been a savage out here for a long time. You know, I mean,
fact.
I've been the go-to guy for a lot of, you know what I mean? Out here for a long time.
He's
like,
Tiger Woods.
stop it. But you know, I'm living a better life though lately.
So when does Maino settle down?
Now.
I've been settled.
I see Mano post his girl
Like,
on
what do you
on
call
I've been
Instagram.
settled.
You got
I've
a
been
nice
settled.
little harem?
Yeah,
3, 4?
No, but one woman.
There you
Really?
go.
He posted
yeah.
her on Instagram.
Yeah, I've
If
been
you follow
settled.
Mano, as
I've
soon
been-
as he posted it, we did a
There-
whole group chat about it with my
Here you
girls.
go.
Did we?
Really?
We were like, look, Mano posted his girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You did a group
was
chat
cute.
about it. You've been in my business for years.
It was cute. Mano, we're happy. We
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, listen, happiness is wherever you can find
But
it.
what time did he post it? Because I ain't see that
It's
picture.
like-
I ain't never seen it. I be seeing Mano on Instagram dropping jewels. I ain't seen him
Dropping
post you a young
jewels,
lady.
man.
See, Charlamagne is about them Jews. But I got happiness, man. I'm good. I'm good.
Right. And that's great. I love it.
I'm good.
And Mano does seem really happy. And thanks for always supporting us, too. You know, you came to the Juice Bar anniversary, you at the
course.
grand opening. I always appreciate Mano for showing love. We weren't invited to the album listening, but
That's not
cool.
true. I sent that directly to you. Stop
didn't
it.
get anything.
I
It's
definitely
lies
was
that you
invited.
telling. You coming in here with lies. It's too early for lies. I bought food. I'm not even a guest here. I'm a family friend. I can come here anytime I want.
That's
Like,
a fact.
Man.
don't come with lies this early,
He
Angela. for
definitely
real.
invited all of us.
They was like, Mano downstairs. I'm like, Mano downstairs.
Yeah.
Now,
we
when
were at
you,
a Vote Music Conference.
usually when
Yeah.
people pop up, we be like, well, they tell them they got to go. I was like, all right, that's Mano.
That's Maino.
Hey.
But let's talk about the Party and Pain. Now, you also have the Ghost of Khalif Browder.
Oh yeah, that was a bonus track. I had put that out earlier. It was a documentary that it was like a 6-part documentary that I watched on Khalif Browder.
Yeah, we saw
And,
that.
Yeah, and
Word.
it was just inspired me. So I made a record based upon like if I was him, because where he was at is where I had been many years earlier, like C-74, adolescence. You know, you 16, 18, and just his whole story just really inspired me, and it really touched me. I made my son watch it also.
All right, I thought about you doing that, Doc, because I remember you calling me once to tell me about a crooked CO.
Definitely. And we gave her a donkey of the day
Yeah.
for making me put on
Charlamagne
that.
got in trouble for that.
Yeah, Charlamagne got in trouble.
It's all good. It's worth it. It's all,
Charlamagne got in trouble for that one.
Yeah, she
worth
made
it.
me put on a green shirt. Like, really?
Green's not your color, bro.
Yeah, it's just the long shirt. It's like just, you know what I mean? But nah, it was I was inspired by that, so I kind of I wanted to talk about it, you know, because his story to me is just like, you know, we hear his story, but how many countless others is just in that situation? I've been here. It's crazy, like solitary confinement. I'm a person that spent a lot of years in solitary confinement. You know, like the box or whatever you want to call it, special housing unit. So I kind of just wanted to touch on that a little bit on that particular record.
how does solitary confinement not drive you crazy?
Listen, like my man Dios told me, he said that the pain comes from the same place your power come from. So if the things that hurt us the most, right? The things that bring us the most pain, if we dig deep enough, we could get some power out of that. So in solitary confinement is where I learned how to even rap. I had never even rapped. I was spending a year, 12 months in Southport. The whole, you know, I was spending my time in solitary confinement, 23 hours a day. That's why I learned how to rap. So nobody could tell me that you can't draw on some of your pain. You understand? Because I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for that.
So you think that was therapeutic for you to rap while you were in solitary?
Well, you can only do two things when you in situations like that. Either you're gonna get through it and become better. It could have been anything. I could have been the best poetry writer. I could have started writing books. Whatever it is. If you're going through a situation, it's either what you gonna do. You're gonna cry about it. You're gonna fall to it. You're gonna wallow in your sorrow. What are you gonna do? You gotta overcome it. So music started to be therapeutic for me at that point. I started to kind of just rap. I had never rapped before.
What made you rap? Was it just being in there? Did you hear somebody that you thought was whack that you thought you could be
True
better than?
story. Nah, no. But listen, it was a Friday night, right? A Friday night.
How'd you know what day it was?
You know what day it is.
Okay.
You know, you counting the fucking days.
All right.
It's just crazy. It was a Friday night, and dudes was on their gates. You know, that's standing in front of their bars and just rapping. And I was inspired, and I said, I'm gonna wake up in the morning, I'm gonna write me a rhyme. And it was a Saturday morning, I wrote my first rhyme ever.
You remember it?
Nah, but it was like a stressed out rhyme, like, oh, my life is this, my life is that. You know what I mean? It was because of my situation, and I didn't have as many experiences, so this is what I was talking about, and that was my first rhyme. And then I started to be like, man, maybe I should go home and do it. And at the same time I would say that, I was like, man, I ain't no fucking rapper, man. You understand?
Right.
So I would toy with the idea, but this is the same time Big was out. So I was like, man, he from Bed-Stuy. Like, oh man, Kim and them, they from Bed-Stuy. Maybe I could do it. You know, and you know, after a while I started to get confidence in it, and then came home and then, you know, met DJ Envy.
Did you know Big?
Not really. I seen him because at the time that I left, he wasn't the Big that we know.
Gotcha.
You know?
That's
Who
what
was
the
the
whole
first
party.
Who was the first person that embraced you when you came out as a rapper and said you kind of dope?
I don't think people were saying I was dope.
Nobody
yet.
embraced him.
No, I don't think nobody really said I was dope. I think people, it was my energy. It was the fact that I was a hustler, because you got to remember, I wasn't looking at myself as being a rapper at that point. I was saying to my homies, look, it don't matter if we nice or not nice. We the shit, okay? We really what these dudes is talking about. We really in the street. We really going to jail. We really doing things in the street. They talking about our lives. All we got to do is hustle it. So I think early on, my hustle was better than a lot of dudes that was actually bar for bar better than me.
And y'all was beating up DJs, so I mean that kind of helps.
That's allegedly. I don't even.
I don't know. Beating,
I
maybe a
don't.
couple, but
That's
more
never happened. No, that's another alleged. You know, never threat. You know, it was just that my grind was different because
Aggression, Maino,
It
come
just
on.
It just looked like it.
Yeah.
It just looked like it. Look, I'm refined now. Look at me. Come on, man. I done cleaned up. You know, but the grind was different. You know, and when you come from a place like that, you come with an energy. Your energy is different. Your energy is like, man, I didn't went through something like this. I could do anything.
Right.
You don't want to sleep. You know, you like all day. You just wired because you just want to just do, and you just want to become. And that's where I was at. And people were seeing that, and I was just hungry. I was showing up to places on time. Niggas like, you here already? I'm like, yeah. You know, so that's what manifested.
And then you got which your hit, which is a huge hit. People forget about this record all the time. But you had a smash. And
Rumors?
No, all
Which
the
one?
above.
Oh yeah,
before
that's
that
a
though.
hit.
Hater.
I thought-
But remember, before all the above was High Hater, and before High Hater was Rumors.
Right.
Rumors is what started. You
Rumors
remember
was
Rumors?
tough. Tough tune.
You played Rumors from the door. Rumors is what got me on.
We was playing that in South Carolina.
Right. Rumors is what started everything.
Correct.
You understand? I got this beat, and I started talking about everybody, about the rumors in the industry. That is what set up. That's the record that really changed my life, because that's the record where people in the industry was starting. I was getting phone calls like from A&Rs, and it was like, man, this ain't no A&R. Hanging up. You understand? So that's the record that really, it wasn't a hit, but it was the record that led to everything else.
But the reason I say all the above is that was your hit. That was
that
the one
was-
that was hit urban, number one urban,
Yeah.
rhythmic.
Yeah.
Do you ever try to outdo that record? And the reason I say that, a couple of weeks ago I was in Vegas and T-Pain was performing, right? And then he starts performing the record. And you know, it's a mixed crowd. I would say 80% white.
Yep.
and they're singing this record, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, that's
Yeah,
Maino's
that record.
record.
Yeah, no, that record. He performs it definitely. That record is all around, all together, right. But I felt that I've made records better than that, or greater, or equal to that. But it's just that when you're not in the system, that I was in before, where it's marketing dollars and it's a
Right.
team, then the record don't actually get to where you wanted to get to. So it is what it is. We listen. What we do, we accept the things that we can't change for the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I see you giving out a lot of jewels on Instagram.
Is that it?
Yeah. What got you into doing that?
I don't know. I was just kind of just talking about myself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I got a studio in Soho, so I've been down there for like last 2.5 years, and we're just being there just talking, and I be in there running my mouth about various things, and people would film it, and we just started putting the clips of me talking in a room full of people, and then it would just start to go like, and then I was like, they want to hear that? Like, niggas want to hear me talk about me? But then it was like, I guess certain things resonate with people.
Yeah, it's topics that people can relate to and
Right.
want to weigh in on.
Right, because it must be like a void with all the fuck shit going on, with
Right.
all the fuckery, all the whatever it is that we living in right now,
Right.
Where everybody's doing this and doing that. So to hear me speak on certain things that to me is kind of like almost common sense, right? It's like refreshing, I guess, for some people.
People looking for game.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah.
And people
So
want to agree or they want to argue. Also,
they mostly agree with the things that I be talking about. When we talk about winning, we talking about never giving up. We talking about not being a hoe to some of this industry shit, like being yourself, or never having to bend because, or breaking your principles, stay on what you stand for, like forever. The law of attraction. I'ma stand over here and be who I am and allow it to come to me instead of trying to chase everything and be everything for everybody. That can't work.
Yeah, one I really liked the other day, you was in the backseat of the car and you were saying how the dude was upset because the industry niggas is fake.
Yeah.
And you was like, accept niggas for who they are.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you look, come on, man. Like, you gonna tell a zebra to take his stripes off? Like, he is who he is, right? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna not be who I am because this dude that I just met gave me his number and he didn't answer his phone when I called him? That's who he is. He gotta live with that, not me. I'm not trying to change him neither. You understand? I mean, Maino from before would have been like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" But we.
The aggression.
Yeah, that was like, I called you, you didn't answer the phone, but after a while, after you start to really see, life for what it really is, then you just know that, look, man, people gonna be who they gonna be.
Now, going from being on a major label to being independent, right? What do you think? Do you enjoy being independent more? Because we always have these discussions, and you talked about all of the above and having those marketing dollars behind it and that push. But then also, your songs do well independently. It's just not going to be at that level of all the above,
Right.
or it hasn't been.
Let me
What
add
do
on
you
to that.
prefer?
Why did you leave too? Why? She talks about the benefits, but why?
That's a question that hardly nobody ever asked me. Why I left would blow your mind. Why I left, I don't even speak on. I left because, honestly, and this is the real, I left because of Baby.
Birdman?
Yeah. I left because of Baby. When I was on what happened was I was on Atlantic and me and Baby started talking and they started reaching out to me saying that they wanted to, maybe do some business with me. So we started talking. He would send me music. We started, working a little bit, and I was like, this is at a time when Cash Money was on fire.
Right.
So I think that anybody would have wanted to been a part of that whole team right there. So I was just like, all right, I'm with it. So they made mention of maybe trying to buy me out my deal. I told him straight up, like, look, bro, me and my label ain't really, eye to eye. Let me go holler at my lawyer and see if I could get out my deal. If I could, like, get out of it.
Right.
You understand? And me and my lawyer put it together. He said, listen, don't let them know that Baby got interest in you. We're gonna push forward with it and see if they can let you go. We push months, and they let me go. I sent a picture of my release to Baby and said, yo, it's on. He told me to come to the office. I came to the office. We were supposed to link. After that, never heard from him.
Jesus Christ, Birdman.
Yeah, never heard from him.
So you were reaching out to him and he wasn't responding, or
Yeah,
you just
yeah, that was it.
So he one of the guys that gave you his number, but then wouldn't
That
answer
was
the
it.
phone.
So now I'm
crazy.
out of my deal. Now, listen, I don't blame. Look,
right? But that's just at least respond.
yeah,
and
yeah.
say,
Yeah, but these is one of the lessons I learned. So I wasn't. I was at that point. I was angry. Like what? Like I could have still been over here in the system. You understand? Because I did that with the expectation that I was going to be in a
something waiting
better
for you.
situation. Right. So it was all good. Then he popped back up on me in Murder last year when we did
Video
Yellow
Brooklyn.
Tape.
Right.
And then he wanted to sign us both as a group, and we tried to work that out. At this point he sent the contracts, but it just wasn't the right type of business, so we didn't do it.
that's interesting that you still felt like you would do business even after the first situation.
Because I learned not to take anything personal. That's just the type of person he is. So I wasn't mad at him. You understand? I
But
was
not
mad
even
at,
about being mad,
Yeah.
just business-wise, it seems like.
Well, no
Right.
permanent friends or enemies in
But
business.
not even as far as friends, but business-wise, I would feel like that's not good business practices, and that's not a good foreshadowing
Right.
of what's to come.
Right. You know what? I had thought about that, but then it was like, dude is right here. He's talking right now again, and he's talking the right way, right? We in Manhattan, we riding around, and he's, let's figure it out. And we had these talks, and I told him, let's just make it work. Let's just do straight business. When he sent the contracts over, we just couldn't get it right, and it just wasn't right. I ain't want to, put myself in a situation that I will regret later. So I mean, I didn't do it. Murder didn't do it. We left it like that.
So it's no surprise when you see people come at him for his shady business practices.
Excuse me. Nah, not at all. I just don't think that I just think that he just, and this ain't no shade to him, I just think that he's just used to doing business a certain kind of way. And it don't really work with a person like me, you understand, that has been able to get a lot of those things for himself, by himself. So either we going to do real business or we just not going to do business at all. So that was just that.
Now, as an independent artist, for somebody who knows you well, are you prepared to do independently and solely independent? And the reason I ask that is you had a record about a year ago, I think it was, right? And you make these type of records that spark emotion. I can't remember the name of the record. Charlamagne, you said you was working out in the gym all the time.
Oh, yeah, that was
Harder
the
than
workout.
him?
Oh, no,
I'm going to go
Heard
harder
you.
than them. Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Harder
harder.
than them?
Yeah,
Those are
harder.
the type of records that I feel can go past
Yeah.
urban music.
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah, that's like
football,
a
baseball,
commercial.
It's like commercial. But I feel like sometimes when an independent artist, they kind of, it falls off because
It does.
the finances is
That's
not
right.
there as much as it
That's
should
right.
be. That's
what
why I was
happens.
always mad that
Yeah, you was mad at me for that, and I was like, it ain't my fault.
Right.
We doing everything that we could possibly do. Like what I do, I do deals with Ghazi, with Empire, But at the end of the day, a record still needs,
Somebody to work it.
yeah, it has to be marketing dollars spent. It has to have a staff on it. It has to be some sort of, plan behind a record, because after a while it'll just fall off, even if it's the dopest record in the world.
Absolutely.
So how do you feel about Party and Pain? Like, what?
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
It's a great title for you.
Yeah, love it. See, once I understood where I was at, then I understand what I need to do. And the good thing about the times that we're living in right now is streaming. Like all I got to do is just make my music available on every platform, and then for the niggas that love me, they gonna get it.
Yeah, because you still live a very nice lifestyle.
Goddamn
you know?
right.
Yeah.
Goddamn right. Like, because I learned how to hustle in other ways. Like for instance, it's like being independent and then having an idea, an understanding of the game. I get to do other things outside of music also. Like, I'm working on, I think I was telling one of you about this documentary I'm doing.
Yep.
This documentary I'm doing, this is it. Like I'm so into this documentary. It's about, and this club life, this bartending thing. Yeah,
Tell me
it's
about
funny.
it, yeah.
I told you about it. It's about the bartending. It's about this whole culture. New York, we adapted, the strip club culture, right?
Correct.
But right here in New York, we created our own subculture for it.
The bartenders.
The bartenders.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. Like if you see, like the bar used to be the place where the regular dude went because he couldn't get in VIP. Now the bar is VIP.
That's where you want to hang at. Yeah.
Right, the bar's VIP. So what I've been doing all summer is shooting I've been shooting this. I got a crew. We shooting on the red. We got about 4 cameras, and we've been really actually documenting this, not only in the club, right, but following some of the girls outside of the club in their real lives. You understand? Because it's very interesting to see that these girls really have, like some of them come from, you know, corporate backgrounds and then left that to get into this because the hustle and the money was just so better. You understand? So it's called $1 at a time, and it's
That's what Lala was trying to do with the
that
show.
hers was a
Bernice and
little
all that.
different. Hers was
Hers was life after.
Right. It was after that. It was kind of like those girls trying to. It was like Instagram famous girls that was, you know, trying to become brands or stuff like that.
Got you.
This is kind of like documenting in real time.
What girls do you have so far? What girls? Do you know them?
Yeah. Dream Doll, Jackie LaRubia, So Blessed, Cece Amore. Yeah, you know all these girls.
Is it
don't
hard
you?
working with girls that you smashed already though?
Did I smash? No, come on, stop it.
Good question.
Maino's a professional.
Yeah, I'm a professional.
Gotcha.
I'm a professional, and you know, it's not even about that. It's because, like I tell them, I just want to shoot you. I want your story. I don't want you to bust it open. I don't want to know who you sleeping with. I don't want. This is nothing tacky. I'm really trying to show it, your story in a real light. You understand? I had one girl, Elba, who wants to be a rapper, right? And she's one of the original star tenders, right? Her story is interesting because she was there when the wave was created.
Right.
And she's still in the game, right? And she broke down crying in the middle of the interview because, you know, it's just life in general, like dealing with having kids and, you know, moms and just feeling like some opportunities may bypass her,
right.
You know, watching other girls become famous, you know, and she's still in a club. So it's interesting. I got a young girl who straight up told me, listen, I couldn't wait to be in this. I watch, you know, Bernice and them, and I wanted to be them. So it's really, really interesting, man.
How was the reception for you for the Tupac movie?
Oh, that was crazy.
Like I got,
that was the best part.
Yeah, I know homegirls on the West Coast are like, I hate Maino. He shot Pac.
Yeah. So when you do something and you elicit that type of emotion, like I was the greatest thing. My fucking 30 seconds or whatever it was the best fucking thing.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah, I liked the movie, and I liked the movie a lot. I think a lot, but first of all, shout out to Benny Boone for even giving me the opportunity. I like the movie. I wasn't so as critical to it. I'm a huge Pac fan. So I wanted to like the movie. You understand? I wanted to like the movie. I went in, you know, wanting to feel like, of course, it's things that we know that's like, oh man, they messed, you know, but it's a movie and I don't know if it's always going to be done right. And it is what it is.
Right.
You know?
The title, Party and Pain, that's kind of a reflection of everything you've been discussing thus far, though.
Yeah, it's ups and downs, it's triumphs, it's losses, it's success, it's failures, it's life that we live in, it's dealing with guilt, it's feeling like I could do more, it's taking steps forward, it's being pulled back, it's all these things, and you know, everybody's life is like that.
You've learned a lot of lessons though, because you're a lot different than you were a few years ago.
Here you go.
No, I'm just saying you are.
Am I?
No, seriously, when I first
He
moved to New
is.
York,
Maino is a lot different. He's a lot more calm.
Yes.
He's more chill.
That's what he was known for, beating up people. When I
you
moved here
go.
in 06, Maino beat up about 3 people in like 4
Is that
weeks.
so?
Allegedly.
No, it wasn't allegedly. It was true. It was factual.
Well, I mean, we
Did he beat him up or slap him?
Hands of God, that's right. It was discipline. It was discipline. There you go.
But you know
But
what?
even sometimes being in the wrong place at the
Right.
wrong time could
Wrong
be
place.
the Urban Plaza situation with
Right.
Taxstone. You were there,
Right, I was there.
and I'm sure in your head you had to be like, man, I
Your
don't
name
want to
got
be
cleared
caught
and all
up.
that, though.
Yeah, it got cleared
Do
after
you
a
ever
while.
think you could have squashed that beef maybe because you knew both sides?
We don't know what happened.
I don't
I don't say what happened. They just was beefing.
I don't know if I could have, you know, because certain things, you know, the show must go on, you right? You know, certain people feel a certain kind of way, and it's nothing nobody really could do. And in that situation, like, it just went haywire, and before I could even know what was even happening. Truth be told, I didn't even really know that Troy Ave was even in the room. That's how crowded the room was. But I will say, listen, we grow. We grow. Like, who gonna stay the same forever?
Right.
You understand? Like, life is about evolution. Like, I can't sit here and be the same nigga that I was. Like, who want me to be the same? I don't live on Gates no more. I don't live on Nostrand Avenue no more, right? But what is my job to do? To sit up there and get money and act like I do? No, my job is to inspire niggas that I know is like me or may look up to me or live lives similar to mine and show them, look, homie, we could do whatever. We could do whatever. We could open up juice bars. We could take our money and do that. I got a sneaker with Fila.
Let's talk about that. Well, how did you get the deal with Fila?
I don't know.
Fila has some really nice women's clothes right now. Too, by the way.
How did that happen? How? I don't know. Maino,
But we don't talk about those rehabilitation stories enough. You did 10 years, man.
So they say
dime.
it should feel like it's something that we never forget. But at the end of the day, I feel like I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't do those things. If I didn't make the mistakes that I made and I didn't go through the pain that I went through, that I wouldn't be here right here on the Breakfast Club. I wouldn't be able to say, yo, I got a FELOC, collaboration, that's dropping in April. And how that happened, I went on a FELOC campaign last summer.
I remember.
Right? Everything free. People remember. I walked into a store one day and seen a Fila and I told my man Gotti, I said, Gotti, what if we...
What the hell is Gotti? Well, I'm sorry.
He around. I said, Gotti, what if we bring these back all summer long? And he said, word, son, that'd be crazy. And what we did was he found a store that sold old Filas, and we just went and started buying it, getting the overalls and just everything. We was hashtagging Fila, and we was at them, and I was just everything Fila all summer. And people started to notice it, and stores started to sell more of it. My man Bless introduced me to Sean and Lewis, and we went up there and we started to build, and and we just developed a relationship. And then this year we talked about an opportunity for me to design my own sneaker, and we did.
I definitely hit Sean after I saw a couple of your Instagram posts. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's a fact. I was like,
see? Yeah, a lot of people did. There was a store in Brooklyn that was telling me, they was like, yo, people saying that they come in here because they seeing you on Instagram with all the Fila stuff. Because in Brooklyn, Fila meant a lot to us growing up. It was like, this is like, we looked up to certain dudes because they had on the velours and the big chains, and that was our culture. So I was just trying to bring it back. But now we got a real relationship.
Now, we were talking about how your past makes you who you are today.
Right.
Would you be with a woman who had 80 bodies and told you, I've been with...
I don't want to... That's a good question. I don't want to know, because any number is too much to me. She'd be like, yo, how many men you been with? 2? Bitch, you fuck 2 niggas?
Well, Maino, you a known person to be out here with women now. That's kind of hypocritical a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm a fucking hypocrite.
But he just said he don't want to know at all.
Every man is a hypocrite in his own way. I don't really want to know, like, because if you feel for a woman, right? If you feel for a woman, you can't even imagine her laying down with another man, right? I don't want to know that. I don't even want to think about it. Like, let's just live from here on out. Let's just get it, right? It don't even matter. It's no number that you going to tell me that's going to make me feel better. 880, this shit all the same to me. Like, bitch, you got 8 dicks in you? Like, what?
My goodness.
Would you need to know if it was like one of your boys?
I know it ain't one of my boys, because me and my guys is close enough to know that. They be like, yo, I had her already. Like, I'm like that. I try to tell people that, yo, look, I had a threesome.
Can't none of your friends talk to anybody then?
That's not true, man. Come on, man.
That's what I was trying to explain earlier. Especially if you have sex with more than 5 guys in the same industry, all those guys gonna talk about you in some way, shape, or form.
Indeed. But who am I? Like, this is the thing. Who am I to judge anybody? Like, everybody didn't know I was a savage out here for a long time. I was the go-to guy. Right?
Why you keep saying that?
That's a shame.
Well, like, women break up with their men, and I'm going through something.
Sometimes they're not even broke up.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of kitchens. You understand? So, being a go-to guy.
This guy is crazy.
And come on, man. Angela knows my deepest, darkest secrets. You understand?
This guy is crazy.
And sometimes, it's hard to open up to women when you've been a go-to guy for so long. You've seen it from the other end. So it's like, I ain't in no position to judge nobody, man. Like, I live with my sins, man, and I know I got some issues.
You ever been shocked about some pussy you've been in? Like, damn, I can't believe I'm smashing this.
Yeah. Fucking right. Everything that was on my list when I was in that cell.
Are you ready to give it all up now and be with one person?
I've been giving it up, man.
You think you could do that for like?
I've been giving it up, and we enjoy our own fun. You understand what I'm saying? Are you gonna come to the
Yes.
to the
I
to the
told
grand
you.
opening?
Absolutely.
To the grand opening,
Grand opening what? You get married?
No, his girl. He's.
Here's guy go. That's
No,
not
you
a
said the
grand opening.
I thought it was,
She got her own business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Hair Like Maggie. Like, she's doing hair. So we having a grand opening in Newark. You definitely invited. We love you guys to come. Come through, man.
I support.
Who's
Definitely.
on your list in jail, though?
Uh-oh.
Everybody. Look, when you away, right? You fantasize, right? You get those magazines, and you like, damn.
King was big at that time.
King,
Yeah, Smooth.
but I'm gonna tell you something.
Black
Any
men.
magazine, right? With any females you look at, vibes or whatever it is, right? And you put together a list, like, man.
Give us a couple names, man.
Here this guy. Because I don't like to do names. Listen, I don't like to do names because it messes up things in the future.
future.
Be
Got
like,
you,
this
got you,
nigga's
got
a
you.
hoe. He ain't got no
Well,
respect.
he's done with all that anyway, so there's
But
no
yeah, but
future.
even if I wanted to bring it in the home, like,
right, she's cool with that.
yeah, like, but it's still like, I can't just be putting people business out there. Like, that's tacky. That's
yeah,
not
it is
cool.
tacky.
Has your main girl asked you your body? I mean, has asked you yet? Like,
Maino don't even know his body count.
Like-
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's like, listen, I plead to all felonies and unknown felonies. Anything. It's like some federal shit. Like, whatever is known or unknown, it's some shit that I don't even remember. Like, boom.
awful.
Let's
You should
just
at least
wipe
remember.
the slate. From here on out, when you deal with me, you deal with a hitter. You understand? I've been a savage for a long time. I don't hide that, man. I talk about it, man.
Goodness.
now whatever happened with all those issues you was having with guys like Whack? It was like, I don't know if it's some Instagram posts.
Look, man, we ain't doing no issues, man. Like, I don't back and forth, type the best, threatening lines. Like, I had to catch myself because at the end of the day, that can't be what I'm manifesting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what it is. I can't be going back and forth with nonsense like that. Like, that ain't, it's not like nobody's standing in front of me, right? Threatening me or talking to me crazy, right? So I just had to stay away from that. But that shit ain't about shit, though. We trying to get to the bag and the money and the opportunity, because what happens is people that you trying to do business with, they look at that. They looking at your page,
That's a fact.
right? They looking at your page and like, look at this guy here. This, I'm trying to do something here, right? So people that we out here trying to connect with brands and, trying to get sponsors for this or that, they look at your Instagram and be like, this dude is over here threatening niggas and going back and forth. That ain't
Right,
the
so
business.
I had somebody a couple of weeks ago, a person from a brand, tell me, "I'm so glad you didn't go back and forth with a certain person because I went and looked at that." And
Who was that? Who you supposed to go back and forth
I mean, just people taking shots at you, and they were like, "I looked at your social media and you didn't say anything," and I was like, "That's somebody we want to do business with."
Right. They look at that.
Right.
It's not worth it. I'm not gonna
it's
give up my
not.
blessings to beef with somebody on
Right. And
social
then-
media.
And then what's the chances of some action actually really happening? And it's
None.
It's really not that high. So it's like, what am I even doing this for?
All right.
Word.
Well,
Well, the single
Party
is
and
out right
Pain.
now. Make
Yeah.
sure you stream it, you download
Yeah, everything.
it, you pick it up,
Single, album,
all that.
out, available everywhere. Got my guy Dios Moreno in the building, Brooklyn, Lola, everybody,
But we appreciate you for joining us.
Maino!
And it's the Breakfast Club. It's Maino.
Yeah.